So I always find myself getting into conversations with people about creativity, especially when, if the subject of art comes up, people say, man, I wish I could, wish I was more creative and all that stuff. And so, of course, that sparks the conversation. Everybody that tells me that, I always want to try to convince them that they are creative, that we all have that ability to be creative. That creativity is basically just two things. It's your ability to solve problems. It's your ability to identify two unrelated things and bring them together to create something new. Basically taking, I always say, taking a bird and taking a horse and putting them together and making a Pegasus. Nobody's ever seen a Pegasus for real, but in your mind you could come up with something brand new that doesn't exist by taking two things that actually do or that you have experience with. And throughout all our lives, since we're children, we've been collecting things that we value, things that we see that we value, and we store them in our subconscious, right? And every time we see something or we make a choice that we like something or we appreciate something, it stays with us, it sticks with us. And so when we're in a situation where we're having to solve a problem or work on something, we don't pull things out of the air, we pull them from our subconscious instead. And the library of things that we carry with us are the things that we've always valued. So the more you value, the more that you explore, the more tokens you have to use to solve those problems, to make more Pegasuses, right? So everybody does this. Everybody has this ability. Everybody carries these things with them. And when you're talking about creativity, you're talking about, or your art, let's say you're doing art, what you're doing is you're communicating an idea. So you're taking an idea, basic idea, and you're trying to find a way to communicate it. So what you do is you're taking all these tokens and you're using them to illustrate some kind of idea, and you're doing it through your hand, through the drawing, through whatever you're doing, or through music, or however. So in the arts, that's how it's done. But you also do it at work, and how you deal with people and how you communicate. When you counsel somebody that's maybe suffering, a friend of yours, you're going through these lessons that you've learned, that you valued, and you're putting them together to be able to express an idea that's going to help them through something. So we all carry this with us. Everybody carries this with you. And if you had this awareness that all these, the inspiration that you get doesn't come from the outside, it actually comes from inside, and it comes from your subconscious, from all the things you valued, and you're aware of that, then maybe what you should be doing is actually exploring things that you value a lot more, knowing that you're going to just end up carrying them with you, and they're going to be loading up your subconscious with more tokens, which will in turn make you more creative and make you more aware of how to use them. The other side of this is that people that don't think of themselves as creative, they just don't trust themselves, because your subconscious offers you these tokens all the time, and we make judgments on whether we're going to use them or not and how we're going to use them. So where you'll be working on something and something will pop into your head and you'll immediately judge whether it's valuable or not before you actually use it and realize why it was given to you. See, they call that forecasting. When you try to assume what the end result of your creative process is without actually doing the work. So when you assume what it's going to be, you ignore anything that doesn't look like the thing you're heading towards. In other words, you've decided before you started working on a project that it's going to be blue. So if anything green or red pops up, you ignore it. Only bluish things are going to lead you to where you need to be. But it is possible that it's not blue. The goal is that you need to figure out what the best solution is and allow those tokens to come to you and explore them and see if they lead you in a direction that's going to lead you to a better idea. Anyway, so that's one part of the creative process I wanted to just kind of share with you. One of the ways I kind of like to look at it. I'm going to make more of these videos to where I talk about this a little bit more and explore a little bit about what it is. I'm going very informal. I'm using my iPad and I'm in my living room, and I just thought I'd share some of these ideas with you. I guess I could have combed my hair a little bit better, but anyway. All right, so we'll tap into some of the things later on, so good night.